Mounce, BBG, chapter 23, sentence 4. Obvious subject to the sentence is that second word, and that's Jesus, of course. And what is it that Jesus did? If you look at this verb, a couple of things ought to strike you. As you can probably very quickly see, it's from akuo, which tells you definitely have an augment. So you've got that secondary thing going on. And then when you see that epsilon nu, you know the only possibility is third singular. So then with this, the last three letters, that tells you that not only do you have the augment, you've got you're looking at an aorist from akuo, third singular, and that lines up with the subject Jesus because you'd want a third singular. So Jesus heard, right? What did Jesus hear? If you're talking about the content of his hearing, then you're going to translate hati as that, right? So what is it that Jesus heard? The contents of what he heard was that. And then you have the next verb. And we'll take it up to the kai, this whole phrase here. Your verb here, you want to take a look. You see the preposition. You look at this and you say, okay, balo, I know. Then ek balo, I throw out. So I ek balo. You got to put you got to put that augment in between. So that's going to change the kappa to a c because it's going to elide into that epsilon. So that's why you got that shift there, just like here where it's you're thinking about ek, but because it's before a vowel like this, you have exo. All right, so same kind of thing going on here with this c, but you don't need to know all that detail. What you do need to know is this is clearly an augment, and then number two is where's your second lambda? Well, in the absence of the second lambda, it's a stem change. You've got an augment, so you're probably looking at an aorist. So once you know that, then you can say, well, what would I expect to see in, what would I expect to see if somebody threw him out? Is it Jesus heard that I threw him out? Unlikely. You kind of wonder, well, okay, I want to know more context, but you and I both know that's in all probability that's not the case. So then you could go, okay, well, let's try a third plural. Jesus heard that they threw him out. Well, that makes great sense. So we'll roll with that, and then go on to the to the kai, and then it gives you the participle here after finding, and then you got auton him, of course, in the accusative. That's a no-brainer. Said, and then of course a pen is that Lego goes to arrow, which goes to apon. That's one of those freaky verbs, right? So it's from Lego, but as coming from apon, that when you see epsilon nu, it can only be third singular again. Same kind of thing. You're dealing with third singular, just like you are here. When you see that epsilon nu, that should be sort of a clue when you're looking at a verb. But again, you do need to know that this comes from apon. So and really, it's lining up here. It's Jesus heard that they threw him out, and after finding him, Jesus said is kind of the idea. But you would just say said, and then here's what he said. But the key thing to notice here is that it really is a question. So you're going to have to shape your response based on the fact that it is a question, not a statement. If we take it apart piece by piece, it's really easy because then you got the pronoun here, second person, which lines up with the verb, which is simple present active indicative. So, you believe in the Son of Man, and that's about as straightforward as it's going to get. But again, he's asking as a question. So, do you believe in the Son of Man would be the way you'd phrase it. So Jesus heard that they threw him out, and after finding him said, do you believe in the Son of Man?